what it is um, to be in March Madness. Most of it we know is on the side of man crying and going home.
Yeah, yeah. Felt I think I would have I think my senior year we probably would have at Fairfield we probably would have made it to the finals. We were up by I want to say 8 or 10 points with I guess a few minutes to go in the game. I thought it was a few minutes. I don't really remember the time, but I got clipped by somebody which tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus, and I went down. And when I went down and they took me out of there, we lost the game. And that was the only time I probably would have made it. But that unfortunate year, Katrina had gotten hurt. I think Katrina was hurt, Pam was hurt. I got hurt at the last game, and Shauna, right? And we were all the girls that were of color. All of us got hurt, and we ended up losing in the finals. So, but
Well,
truly, I was grateful for whatever time that I did have. I think we have an interesting guest. This is our future basketball player right here, and she's definitely going. She's
Laney,
left-handed, and
come
I say
out
that.
and play with me.
Say hi, Pop Pop. Say hi, Pop
Laney,
Pop.
come out and play with me. Laney.
I mean, she loves playing basketball now. She goes to basketball games, and she's what does she say? Defense,
Yeah.
yeah, foul. Like she's like cheering and stuff like that.
Do it again. Do it
Do it
again.
again. She's hilarious. But and you were saying that I had the same number as your high school friend. And I wanted to tell you that not only did I got that number, I mean, from your neighbor, I took that number because I saw Chiquita Powell. Skeet had that number, and I wanted to be like Skeet. So I took that number because of Skeet. And then when I grew up, I took that number. My sister took the number, Deirdre Wallace Hines. She took number 12. And then when my daughter Sherelle played, she was number 12. My niece Carice took number 12, and my niece Kirsten took number 12. So we all kept number 12 alive. It was definitely worn well, by our family, So we
Yep.
represent, and you were number 12 in high school.
I won number 12 in high school.
Right. So
Yeah.
both of our jerseys are retired at Mount Vernon High School, number 12. As people say, is that no? We were not dating in high school,
No.
but it was the same. We had the same number, so that was kind of cool. That's how number 12 got into our into my wardrobe of jerseys. Number 12, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And it's interesting. I thought at West Virginia, my first year as a freshman, we had the team that could have gone to the Final Four. We just had every ingredient. And then my junior and senior year, right, we were in the conference championship, one game away from going to the NCAA's. And my senior year, I was MVP of the tournament, even though we lost.
Yeah, yeah. And who's your neighbor? Who is your neighbor? I'm a Nick fan too from that. Yeah, definitely. So, who is your neighbor that wore number 12? That's what I want to know. We are continuing on with March Madness today. I want to say every one of my college program teams have lost in their tournament except one, and that is Fairfield University is playing in the championship game. So, and yes, Skeet is your neighbor. That so now you can let her know. That's why I wore number 12. It was because of her, and I hope I made her proud all of these years later. But truly, basketball has been part of our makeup, our family. I am enjoying it. I was talking to my friend David, David Bachner, yesterday, and he said he got tickets to Denver, right, and to one of the March Madness, the tournament, and he said he can't wait. I said, I know you can't. I can't wait either, but I'll be watching mine on TV, and enjoying it because I can flip the channels watching game after game. So it is a good time for March Madness. I would say, all right, for anybody who's listening, saying, predictions. Who do you think is going to come out of the top on the men's side? I'm not be honest with you. I have not paid attention to the men this year. I've been totally entrenched in women's basketball. But Lowe's, maybe you. I know Auburn is out there. St. John's men's basketball
Hmm.
with Rick Pitino looking pretty good. But I don't know who do you got from the men's side.
Well, UConn has won the last 2 years.
Yeah, but they lost. They just
All
lost in the semifinals to Creighton.
Yeah, but they may get into the you
Duke,
know I,
Duke,
I like to say Duke.
Duke is looking pretty good.
Auburn is looking amazing. Um,
I think Duke is the only
let
one
me
that
say
I've
this.
watched more than once this year,
Let me say
and
this.
other than St. John's.
Right. Let me say this. It always comes down in March Madness because a lot of real good teams early have young players. They got freshmen, phenomenon, sophomores, right? But it seemed to always come down to veterans, teams that have 4-year players,
Okay,
right? So that's what you're looking at in Auburn is you're looking at veteran latent players, mature players, right? So you can look at Auburn, you can look at Duke, right? But don't be surprised.
see somebody slide up in
Mhm.
there and do something different.
And on the women's side,
Houston is also number 2, so
Houston's
Houston's
good
been
too.
looking pretty good. On the women's side, I think it's going to be tough, man. You got UConn, you got USC, you got as they say, the other USCs: South Carolina,
South Carolina.
UCLA, Notre Dame, North Carolina State, Texas. I
Yeah.
mean, I think I could see a final 8, and I can't imagine any of those teams being upset. But between you have TCU. So I would say TCU. I think when you get down to the end, you'll see
They still got
TCU.
Kentucky.
You'll see TCU. You'll see Notre Dame. You'll see South Carolina. You'll see North. You'll see Duke possibly. Duke was in there.
Yeah, North Carolina.
North Carolina. You're going to have. I think it's going to be very interesting coming down the home stretch, but I think I'm going to go out a little bit on the limb. Not that I would want to ever count out South Carolina. However, when they hit that wall against UConn earlier this year, they exposed some of their major weaknesses, which I think is going to be exposed again in the tournament. So the teams that I think may end up in the end, I'm feeling more like USC, UCLA.
Mm.
I think that UCLA, USC are going to be the final 2.
And I
And
think,
I think USC is going to come out on top. But UCLA, oof, with that
yeah,
big chick
with
they
the
got,
bigger,
Lauren Best, she,
yeah, she's good.
and
Well,
I'm, yeah.
I got UConn, and for years UConn has only played with 6 or 7 players. This will be
Okay.
the first time they will have healthy players between 8 and 10 players.
Our
Right.
son would be so upset with me that I didn't choose UConn. I think
And
UConn's defense has been phenomenal,
right,
and they've got shooters. I think that their weak spot for me is in their post play. I
right.
think their post play is not as dominant as I would like it to be and as I've seen it in the past. When they've won the national championship, they've always had a solid post player, whether it was Nafisa, you've had, and I say post, I'm even including Brianna Stewart because she was like a 4, right? And you had Tina Charles, and you've had Stephanie Dolson, and you've had, Rebecca Lobo. Like they've always had, somebody. I don't feel what I see in the post is strong enough for them to
Yeah, because they're
overcome the
young.
tournament. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the reason
they're
why.
young. And the thing is, you can never count out the heart of a champion. You can never count out
You
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, now South Carolina, I feel they do have all the pieces. I'm not quite sure that all the pieces have been used at the right time, down the stretch. What I mean by that is sometimes, that I think Malaysia Fulwali is a spark plug, and sometimes she's probably on the bench when they need a spark, a little bit longer. But listen, I think that they're going to be right there. So I mean, Final Four. If I was to choose my Final Four, it would be Texas, South Carolina, UCLA, USC.
You left out UConn?
I did.
No. I would say USC, UCLA, UConn, and South Carolina.
Okay. But you left out Texas.
Yeah, they're looking a little shaky.
Okay.
They,
Okay.
they're
All
looking a
right.
little shaky right now.
And the only reason why I left UConn out is if you look at the strength of schedule, they played in the Big East, which wasn't strong. So they have a lot of wins, but there were not. You're playing in the SEC and the Big 12, the Big 10,
ACC.
ACC. Those teams that you're playing against, the competition is ridiculous. So South Carolina had to play Texas. They had to play LSU, right? They were playing. I mean, they played Tennessee, right? They played tough competition. So you say you're built for this. That they're built for this,
Right.
And in the
But
midst of playing that, then they had to play. Then they had to play UConn.
yeah, but the crazy part, that's why UConn always takes that heavy schedule. That's why they play your Notre Dames, USC, South Carolina, LSU. They play all those players.
Well, they're non-conference. They played. They played. The only ones they really won in that they won against South Carolina. I'm trying to figure out
Yeah,
who else
lost.
did they
They
win.
lost at Tennessee, right? They only lost a couple games, but
They lost
Tennessee,
3 games.
they lost to Notre Dame. And here, take this. Everybody sees UConn like a championship. I mean, they get their best no matter who they play, right? And that's what makes you great at the end.
Okay, well you say so.
All right.
we,
Well,
we have anybody else out there want to chime in on this amazing
yeah.
conversation, because honestly, basketball is who we are, and I know that if my son Lowe's the third was listening, he's going to be arguing us tooth and nail about why he feels that UConn
Paige
should be the
Becker.
championship. Well, let me tell you something. He's a Paige
And,
Becker,
and
you know.
my
Well,
mom she would just be laughing right now that you didn't choose UConn. She'd be like,
no. So they lost to Tennessee. They lost to, let me see, who else did they lose to? I mean, because they're not really playing anybody.
Notre Dame,
Yeah, they lost to
USC.
Notre Dame and USC. Yeah, and no, shout out to them because against USC,
And you
it
know
was
what?
close. They only lost by 2 points. To Notre Dame, they lost by 11, and Notre Dame's been a little shaky down the stretch, and Tennessee, they lost by 4. So yeah, that's
Yep.
that's
Whatever
interesting.
don't kill you make you stronger.
Kevin said he likes USC because he likes Juju. Right, Juju ain't no joke. He likes you
Hey,
LSU. LSU, it depends. To me, if Anissa Morrow is not back, LSU is a bust. You can't
yeah,
have the double double, the second leading double double person in the history of the NCAAW be out and think you're gonna win.
yeah, that's
So,
tough.
and you also have Flage is hurt
Well,
if she comes
yeah.
back.
So she should be back, but they need to all be back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like you said about UConn in terms of the weakness is that their big people are not very experienced, and same thing with South Carolina. They
Right.
don't. They won every those years because they had experienced big people.
You had right Leah Boston, you had Cardoza,
Hmm.
you had Asia, right?
Hmm.
So they had 3. Now the kids they got now are young. They're good and athletic, but they're young, and so you're absolutely right. It may be rough, I think, because of the youth of South Carolina. I
And
think.
everybody forgets what I call the sixth man the seventh man.
With the fans or
The
the referees
fans,
and the referees.
no, not the referees. They could be a little weird, but just the whole experience of March Madness. We always assume we're ready, right? But on any given day, somebody can knock you out.
Yeah, that's true.
That,
Right.
that's why it's
Well,
March Madness.
it's March Madness. Listen, I can't wait. I can't wait
Yeah,
to watch it. And then, and isn't it crazy that March Madness always now ends in April?
yeah, it ends in
you
April.
know, it always ends in April. The first Sunday,
And you
Monday,
know what that
April.
means? You know
What's
what that
that?
means?
What's that?
Right? All those people who pick their teams, right? April Fools.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't do any of those polls and stuff like that. But we did a family one for the we did our family polls for the Super Bowl, like the quarters, the things like
Yeah,
that. We
yeah.
did like a family one, and maybe we'll do a little something with our family for the Final
This
Four
Sunday,
this Sunday.
brackets.
Brackets come out. Hey, and tonight again, let's just follow up, for the Love Conquers All play with Keisha Mayo as the director. I'm stage managing. We're at Lehman College, 500 seat theater, sold out. And I got a lot of work to do today, between that and all the things we have going on. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the men. And that's why you're in DC and I'm here at home. But we're going to have us a good time celebrating and honoring all the people that need to be celebrated and honored. But most importantly, just to be mindful that love wins at all time. Love wins. So whoever wins the game, I tell people all the time, I never forget. I never forget when we were in high school and we were playing at the county center, and we used to pray like before games, and I never forget this guy saying that he was walking. I don't know, at some point at County Center, and he walked upon us, and we were in a circle, and we were praying, right? And he said the prayer was so powerful. He walked past and said, "We're gonna lose today." he said that prayer. He said that prayer was so powerful. He said, "I just knew we were gonna lose." He said the next time we played you, and I was there, he said I took my group in the back, and we like, we gonna pray too.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yes, absolutely. That's crazy. So absolutely, you know what? Following the Knicks, Lowe's and I have always said, and Lowe's and I ever said, if we ever move to a different city than in this area, we got to move to a city that we could go to see a basketball game on a regular basis, so we could be season ticket holders. We do not play when it comes to our sports. So excited about all of that. I'm glad you joined us today, Ann. I'm glad Kevin, anybody who joined us today. We
Awesome.
appreciate your joining us and communicating with us on the podcast. It'll air at its normal time tomorrow. It'll stay on in perpetuity. That's my word.
Yeah, and
Which means
perpetuity.
it doesn't come out, it doesn't come off, so you can look at it later. I'm hoping that some of you will join us at our normal time on Sunday evening, looking for us, and just continue to comment. Let us know who you think is going to be showing up in the finals on the men's side, on the women's brackets. Because we know that everything we're doing right now is guessing. But in the end,
And
somebody's
hoping.
got to win.
Guessing and hoping.
Yeah.
And then finally,
We didn't show any of these videos. Can we show a video? Can we show the
what?
women? We did the NCAA
Oh yeah,
video.
yeah. Let's show them.
Yeah,
Let's show
let's
'em
show. Didi said we need another sports show. That's my sister, y'all. That's my sister. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Let's do it. Let's put on the. You want to go with the women first or the men
Yeah.
first?
Either one doesn't make a difference.
Okay, here we go, guys. Give us a couple of seconds. Feel free to comment. like
Yeah,
that, right? You like that, right?
yeah.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's it. One of my favorite parts of that. Did you see that long bounce pass that
Yeah,
Hidalgo through,
yeah.
all the way through everybody? I mean, like that kid. I like that kid. She got attitude up the wazoo, and she got game to back it. But she ran up against a buzzsaw in North Carolina State, which is one of the girls she played against, right? And that kid was like, boom! I think I was like, whoa, that kid was good at North Carolina State.
That's
So
right.
there were two of them over there that were working her. So you know what? It is going down this March. It is on. The
So,
madness is crazy.
and then
Tonight.
yeah, we're gonna have, well, not that, but here, something different this year, right? These are 3-on-3, but we having Kings of the Court in the DMV, right? The classic. And this is the first time this happened. Look at the thing. The grand prize of $4,000 to the winner and
Ooh.
$1,000 to the runner-up.
Oh, you playing?
I'm
You didn't tell me there was money involved. I would have made you stretch a little bit more at home.
I am not playing.
Oh man.
I told the guys, man, let me find a team. I'm a coach them.
Oh my goodness. If I had known there was money involved, Lowe's Moore would have been playing.
No.
Oh my
So
goodness.
again, I want to say thank you guys for your support of the Blueprint Podcast. Man, I love you guys. And I'm about to get out of here and run to the summit.
Okay. Enjoy.
There's an awesome panel discussion at 11 o'clock with all my boys. You know, Alan, Michael T, all them guys are going to be up there. And I want to end with this video on the King Movement Anthem. Again, God bless you guys. Thank you, Bay.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I say this every week. If the Lord allows you to wake up tomorrow, make tomorrow your masterpiece. God bless
God bless you. See you tomorrow.
you. Yes.
Yeah, I brought the kings with me on this one. It's a movement. Yeah, I had a dream. I saw black slaves in 2018, pulling the big king with a crown in the middle, looking like tug of war. I guess they forgot the inheritance of the Lord, dying over streets when God gave him the earth. It's all in the Bible, just do your research. White man's religion, that's just fake news. The cross hit Africa for Europe even knew. This ain't black versus white, this is dark versus light. But racism might distract you from the Christ on sight. So here's the Visine, me and my team. Dark world, but we flipping on a high beam. King, K is for the knowledge, I is to inspire. N for the nurture, the G is to grow higher. Jesus lit the match, so we all on fire. You see a crown on the attire, know you looking at a fighter.
My people, we're ready to mount up like an eagle. Stand and fight against evil. A system rigged and deceitful. King, you can hear it when I rhyme. I'm a king, renewed in my mind. I'm a king, I got a different bloodline. I'm a king, jump, I am a king.
Yeah, I am a king all day. Mansa Musa. How we got the fruit of the spirit when the land produced us.
Yeah.
See the Abraham now planted in good soil. Anointed with the oil, the Father now calls us royal. Tell me what's a king without wisdom and purity? Face your insecurities, that's what we call maturity. Yeah, the Father is with us, the go be his witness, the model is business. Forgive us when we don't honor our sisters. A great transition is him taking us from boys to men. Go check my resume, homie, we all LinkedIn. And we network with the fam all across the continent. Boasting in our righteousness, more than our accomplishments. But we stand confident, all up in that grace. Even with the enemy, all up in my face. When one man falls down, there's two to pick him up. A three-quart bond, it's hard to break us up.
My people, We're ready to mount up like an eagle. Stand and fight against evil. A system rigged and deceitful. King, you can hear it when I rhyme. I'm a king.
Yeah.
Renewed in my mind. I'm
Hallelujah.
a king. I got a different bloodline.
Salute.
I'm a king. Jump, I am a king. I'm a
Neighborhood,
king.
royal priesthood, I'm hood. Nevertheless, my ancestors died serving they good. Nevertheless, every slave that died as a child of God went to heaven in the sky. Persecuted, what better way to arrive? Carrying their train, running to the throne, lifting up the veil. Most of their slave masters caught a H-double-L. This crown is not physical, but you know it's there. Like you cannot see oxygen, but feel it in the air. Yes, you are blood moolah, gave me God's image, born again divine. It's my umbilical cord, I'm authentic. I'm not a king cause of the color on my face. I'm king cause I'm from the bloodline of David by God's grace. There's no Jew or Gentile in this wild kingdom. Just lions who invited the I am, and we gon' triumph. I finally understand how to be a man. These drug addict rappers can't teach me the Father's plan. And them clan members gon' all fall into God's hands. Hebrews 10:31, his kingdom come.
My people, my people. We're ready to mount up like an eagle. Stand and fight against evil. A system rigged and deceitful. King, you can hear it when I rhyme. I'm a king. Renewed in my mind. I'm a king. I got a different bloodline. I'm a king. Jump, I am a king. I'm a king.
That impacts the criminal justice system, Heavenly Father. You said we should pray that thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, in America as it is in heaven, in Atlanta and Charlotte and New York and New Jersey and throughout this nation as it is in heaven.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Lowe's More, the Blueprint Podcast. Stay connected and follow us at our website, www.lowesmore.com. That's LOWESMOORE.com. You can also join the discussion on Twitter at Lowe's More and on Facebook at Lowe's More Jr. As always, thank you for pushing your mindset towards a better reality. This concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast to stay fully up to date with everything we're up to. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.
What they teaching is a joke, I ain't buying it like I'm broke. Insufficient funds for insignificant.